Guys, this is Negla. I'm here with a December reading for our masculine. This is for December 2016. This is a reading for masculine energies, and it could be for twin flames, it could be for people who are divine partners, or for people who are into a spiritual journey. So the month of December has started with a lot of different things going on, especially for the masculine. Um, in my video, which I did, the channel that I did for November 28th, said that our masculine energies are going through a tremendous shift right now. And the other thing too, with the new moon in Sagittarius, it's a moon of honesty. So there's going to be a lot going on for our masculine energies in the month of December, and I felt that this reading is going to be a little special for what's coming to them. So I'm going to be going through some really interesting cards for the energy itself, the energy of what the month of December represents for our masculine energies. And again, masculine energy does not mean a specific gender. It is the energy that you mostly identify with, and at the same time it could be also for the masculine energies within a feminine. So it's the balance between both energies inside us. So I'm not going to say exactly which decks, but I'm going to have them in the description of the video. But I'm going to have some cards for the energy, or what is it from a healing perspective that our masculine energies are going through at this time. I'm also having some cards for the romance and cards for the careers and finances. So it was a really interesting, the cards that I got for the masculine for this month, and I feel it's very descriptive to this whole idea about a shift. It's an internal shift that's going through our masculine at this time. So the first card that I got is Shadow Self. So if you look at this card, she's looking up. There's a raven, or standing up there, and there's a moon. And I think this card really is so descriptive of the whole idea of a shift. Really, this is what our masculine energy is going through. They're going through their shadow self at this time. So what it means by shadow self, it's the emotions, or the part of ourselves that we actually keep hidden. So it's a shadow. It's a dark side of what we are. It is something that we don't really fully decide to show the world, and it is something that we try so hard to repress. So what has been happening with our masculine energies, and we've been going through the different readings now every month, and it's like every month they're going through some kind of a realization about themselves. And this month they're doing a lot of inner work, because they are going to be facing their shadow self. They have no other option right now. Their option is to either be repressed and continue being repressed, or to actually face the things that they fear so much. So they're going to be going through a period where they're going to start looking at themselves from a deeper perspective. This is really what's happening with them. It's going to be a deeper reflection within themselves. They're going to be going through a time where they're going to start seeing the things that they've been facing. They're going to look deeper into why they've made decisions that way. So it's not just that they're starting to realize that they're worthy of much better. It's not like they found themselves the deserving of good life, and a good spiritual life, a good emotional life, but they're also figuring out why their situations came to where they are. It is more of a self-reflection, because they are going to start working on that shadow self, that part of them that they don't want to deal with. Is that part which actually needs to be coming out to the open, because as they bring that side of them to the open, they're going to be able to heal it and deal with it on a much bigger scale. Once they heal their shadow self, or work on that shadow self, or that part of themselves which has allowed them in the past to live lives which they have not fully been happy with, or lives that did not honor their souls, or honor their own heart's desires, or their own inner choices, or things that they actually really want to do in their lives. it is now is the time that this is going to be coming out to the open. So expect some of the masculine to be going through emotional time. This is a time where they're going to be expressing anger, expressing despair, expressing sadness, expressing and more like an unhappiness, called complaining about things. And it's not really that they're complaining because they're not grateful. It's complaining because it's time that they are actually honoring that side of them that they have repressed for such a long time. Is that side which tells them what is it that's really going wrong with their situation. What is it in themselves that they have to face? Whether they need to speak their truth, whether they need to act on abundance, or whether they need to leave a specific situation or face a specific situation in their life. So this is the side of them with the shadow self. It was really interesting that the next card that came after that is Strength card. And if you look at her, um, she her naked body really represents her authentic self. It's like her naked truth is coming out. And it's really interesting in the deck itself that I'm using, that the card Strength actually like comes right after the card Shadow, the shadow self. So it really in the deck itself they are coming, alphabetically speaking, they are really two cards following each other. And it was interesting that this card came right after Shadow self, because my feelings with the Strength card is they're really right now looking for inner strength. Because like for us to make changes in our lives, we need that kind of strength. And strength comes from not only from decisions, but it comes from realizations. It comes from understanding where we are and where we're going. It comes from that part in us, the love that we have for ourselves, to have the strength to face life's really challenging or interesting situations that we have to kind of face. So really the Strength card is telling the masculine right now is that they are seeking that strength in themselves, because they realize that they have strength, that their strength is still in there. It's in their soul. It's not something that they're gaining from the outside. It's an inner. This is inner strength. This is about inner strength. Because as we go through our shadow work, and we're going through our subconscious mind and looking inward to the things that have pulled us back, or the things that have brought us pain, we're looking for signs of strength within us, because we're going to need that strength to make a change in our lives, or to make decisions, or make positive actions. So it's a very interesting positive card for the masculine. The last card that actually came for them, and I don't get that card really a lot, is the card called Patience. And looking at Patience, it shows a child who she's covering her eyes, and the card is she's got wings behind her, and there's a lot of flowers. So I feel this card is not about telling us to have patience. It's a dual message coming with this card. So it's a message for the masculine themselves, is to actually not have patience anymore. It's very interesting. It's just, as much as I would tell people to have patience with change and with situation, this card is actually, I'm seeing it so on the opposite side, as they tell them it's enough patience. It's really a card about becoming impatient with their situation, because as they work through themselves, as they have realized who they are, and what really brings them that inner strength, what really brings them the pain, and they're bringing all what's inside out to the open, they don't need to be patient anymore with taking in that sadness, or living in a bad situation, because they've been patient for such a long time. So I'm feeling with this card as our spirit guides, they're really telling the masculine is, you don't have to be patient anymore and stay in a situation which is not for your highest good. Because like, see, that child is hiding, closing her eyes and hiding her eyes, because she does not want to see the full truth. Is she wants to keep remaining in that situation, in that state of not seeing things for what they really are, which is becoming impatient with their situation. Means that they're going to make some positive changes to their lives, like either take that decision that they wanted to make, or leave, or start a new job, or whatever that situation is in their shadow self that they're starting to see. Is once she opens her eyes, she's going to see flowers. It's like becoming impatient with your current situation, because once you take the steps to um, fulfill your heart's desire and fulfill the needs of your soul, or your higher self, or what is it for your highest good, whatever the guidance is coming to you from your guides and from our angels, it's you're going to open your eyes and you're actually going to see a world that's much better. It's really stepping into the world. This card is about stepping into the world, because once you stop being patient with your situation, you're going to make a positive action. So it is that's from the masculine side, but I feel there's another message that's coming for the masculine, who are for the feminine energy, which are dealing with the masculine energies this time, which is the opposite for the feminine energies, dealing with the masculine, who are going through all these intense emotions, intense honesty in seeing themselves for who they really are, seeing the situations for who they really are. So it's a message for the feminine energy to actually have patience with the masculine during this time, because if the feminine does not have the patience to deal with the masculine really healing deep wounds or deep situations, or years or long time of being not in a situation which is not for your highest good, then as much as the masculine, we need the masculine to become impatient, we need the feminine to balance that out by becoming patient and giving them the space to heal, or the time to heal, or appreciating what they're going through and having compassion. Because I've been having that whole idea about the feminine not having enough compassion for the masculine, especially if we're healing ourselves, and the masculine will have to face themselves and heal at the same time. So it's really balancing both sides, the duality of our lives coming with this card. So for the love life and for the emotions. So I wanted to get one card for the masculine, but I got actually three. So which means that the masculine are getting intense. This is a time for intense emotions, and relationships are going to be emphasized in everything that's underlining what they're going through right now. It's their relationships. It's the relationships with a loved one. And I'm feeling this is not about a relationship with family. It's about a relationship with a significant other, a spouse, you know, a significant other, or a divine partner, or someone in their life. So the first card is true love. And let me read it really quickly. This is the romance of a lifetime. And but the card has an angel in the background, and the masculine giving that feminine energy, the love that she needs, and there's support coming from the angels. So what's coming with this card is true love. It seems like what I'm feeling with the masculine energies is that there's someone in their minds or in their hearts that they feel so connected to, that there's love for that person, but with everything that they're going through, the love for that person has not been emphasized. So it's time to emphasize that love for that person. So it's like this card I'm feeling it's an answer to a question. Like if the masculine is having some questions going through their minds, is she the one, or is he the one, or is this person the one for me? Then this card is telling you that this is true. Like what you're feeling, and honoring those feelings and honoring what's inside your soul, this is the answer to it. That is true, and it's not an imagination. It's not like something that's just passing by. This is true, and this is so deep. But with it, that comes the next card is love yourself first, and the card says. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So this card again emphasizes the first question, which is that person the one or not? And with this, it really honors the masculine, saying, love yourself first, meaning that their decisions about their romance or about emotions in their life has to come from them realizing that they deserve a happy life, that they deserve love, that love for that special person that they have in their hearts. And it's someone, my feelings, is someone that is hidden, and it's not someone that is out in the open, or maybe it's not yet showing up in their lives, but that their aspiration for a better partner, or their aspiration for a better significant other is is being overshadowed by their situation that's currently going on. But it's telling them that they have to make choices based on how they love themselves first. Like the whole idea about sacrificing your own happiness because, say, you're committed to a significant other, you're committed to someone, or committed to that family life or that old template of the family because you're committed to someone. But at the same time, in reality, there's no communication, there's no relationship. So really, this card is telling the masculine that they have to love themselves first by honoring their love. It's like you can't live without love. If you have a life that you are committed to, um, whether because it's the society or the relationship template that you're in, there is no reason why you should be in a situation where you're not happy, and really your heart is dying every day because you're not happy. There's no love, um, because you deserve to be loved, and you have to choose your love and your heart first, because if you don't, then everything else in your life is still going to go bad. It's not going to go right because you're not honoring your soul. So this card is telling them that it's time to honor your love, and it's not love coming out of ego. You have to make sure that it's love that is not coming out of ego, because ego tells us that we have to love this person, for example, because they follow a checklist of what the society has programmed us to imagine your perfect partner to be. For example, and some of the templates that the masculine and the feminine as well, but mainly the masculine go for is society telling them that in order for them to be happy, they have to choose a partner who looks like this, um, ages like that, or comes from this specific education, or this specific background, or the way she looks or the way she acts has to be in a specific way. But again, it's just a template. It's a template of old beliefs and old ideas about what love should be. Love is not it's not a commercial uh, you know uh, decision. It's not a decision that's based on checklists. It has nothing to do with that. This is about honoring your soul, not honoring your ego. And this month, the month of December, is an emphasis on the masculine making choices not based on ego, based on honesty, and based on them facing that shadow self, that side of them that is not honoring their soul. And I think the third card that came for the masculine is called passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And again, it's just another way that our guides is they want to show the masculine that if they don't have passion in their life, with their significant other, with their spouse, with that person that they are committed to, whether who, it doesn't matter what kind of connection you have with that person, or in that family life or in that relationship. If you don't have passion in your life, and you don't wake up every morning with passion for your spouse or your significant other, if you don't have passion in that life, then that is no life. That is not a life. Like, if you don't honor your passion, then you're not honoring your soul. And again, the three cards are so significant. um, True love, you deserve love yourself first, and passion. It's really so significant for the masculine this month of December. If you don't have any of these three in their lives, then this is not true. This is just living a shadow self. This is all about living a shadow self. If the number one thing in your life, you don't have passion in it, and passion does not mean that you're always partying, or you're always traveling. It's not that. It's a feeling. It's a heart feeling. Even if you live a routine life with responsibilities, with children, with jobs, but you still wake up every morning and you look forward to that day, and you look forward to seeing your significant other, say, coming back from her job, or you going to your job and coming back home. Or if you don't honor that, then there's no passion, and you're living a shadow life. You're not living a real life. You're living a false life. And this is exactly what our guides want our masculine to really see. This time, this part of where we are in our evolution, is to actually not live in the shadow, but live in the light, and live in love. Live. a life that is based on what the heart fully really desires. The last card that came with them for the financial and for career is the Ten of Water. And let me read it really quickly. A contented and rewarding family life, your emotional and material needs are met, trustworthy relationships. So again, I mean, the Suit of Water in these cards represents hidden emotion. I feel like I've been getting almost all cards that coming for the masculine are all about emotions and about things that are deeply hidden. So this card with the number 10, I mean, it has different meanings for me, but I'm feeling with this number that is completion. This card is a result. This is not something that um, I feel this card is a result. Like if the masculine honor all the previous cards between honoring the shadow self and honoring who they are and going through the emotions of being impatient or going through their strength and going through that thing about how they don't have passion in their life. If they go through all that and they make the right decisions, this card is the result. They're going to be happy. The result is everything else in their lives is going to start to become happy because they're going to make good changes. They're going to make changes that are not based on their shadow life that they're living. It's actually going to be based on the life that is best suitable for their soul and best suitable for how they see life from a much, much bigger perspective, from a soul perspective, from a spiritual perspective, and not from an ego perspective. Because the old templates that they are living, whether they're being constrained by family needs or constrained by the dedication either to their parents or dedication to their siblings or dedication to some kind of false life that they're living, is a false relationship, a false commitment. It's all false. If you're not living away from the shadow part of you, then it's a false living. This whole month is about that. This whole month, when I at my previous channeling for the 28th of November, I mentioned about this time being a time of honesty, and at that time I feel that I needed to get more messages about it, and what I'm feeling more unguided towards really saying, especially for the masculine, is that honesty means really removing the veil from the eyes and seeing things for what they truly are. Becoming actually impatient with bad situation, abusive connections, abusive relationships, relationships based on the legal contract. Say you're married to someone and you're just honoring that marriage contract. There's no passion. There's no passion. And once you don't have passion with your spouse or your significant other, no matter how you try well to raise your children, children are not dumb. They're very smart. They're actually smart, much smarter than a lot of adults because they see things for what they really are. They're honest with their hearts, and their hearts don't carry the burdens of the ego and trying to make things work out when they don't. If they're fighting with their friends, they're fighting with their friends. It's something they express. I don't like my friend today. And it's something that even adults need to pay attention to, is having that conversation within themselves. If the masculine are not honoring that side because they are really committed to having that life because a child or because of children in that family, then they're not honoring those children. Happy parents mean a happy life for the children. Being divorced or being away from the parent or the parent of your children, for example, and I'm talking about an example of family relationships, because this is really what is coming with those cards, is about family relationships. This is not really fully the single life, but it could be single but still honoring things relating to children. But this is really about masculine sides who remain in unworthy situations because they think by this way that they're honoring their children or they're honoring their commitments, but they're not, because they live a false life. And when you live a false life, you are not honoring your soul. This is all what the month of December is going to be for the masculine, is to be honest and see things for what they really are. I hope you have a wonderful month of December for the masculine, and remember for the feminine watching this and they're dealing with masculine energies either within them or within relationships or connections with their divine partners is to be patient with the masculine as they're going through this tough time. Either if it means giving them space, then give them space. If it means you paying attention to yourself and you taking the time as a feminine energy to nurture that masculine going through that time, then do it. Whatever you feel guided to is what's going to be right. So with this, I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I look forward to doing another reading for our masculine next month.